My name is Ashton Kutcher, and my role in the film is the role of Quentin. The narrative is there's an East Coast New Yorker playboy podcaster who gets an urgent call that his girlfriend has passed away and he should come to the funeral. But he didn't have a girlfriend, and he thinks that it would be a great story for his podcast to go and find out about what happened to this girl. And in finding out about what happened to this girl, he ends up falling in love with a girl that he never knew and unraveling the way that she passed. The sub-narrative is about how the divergent ideals of America have come to be, and it's really about people listening to one another and hearing both sides of the tale. My initial thoughts when I read the script was, this is the most brilliant script I've read in 10 years. And I was excited that it came from my friend BJ Novak. And I was excited that there was a movie that was really addressing the divide that is happening in America today. One being the external perspective of what America is, and the notion that people can actually come together and get to know each other and have a common goal once they have a common enemy. I think Quentin, my character, represents the subtle pursuit of fame through art and storytelling. I think that podcasts have really come into value for people since the binge watching phenomenon started to take place. So I think that binge watching of content has created a platform for podcasting where the next episode is actually the most valuable currency that you can have, because people have figured out how to engineer the ends of these episodes. They first figured out how to engineer it for the binge watching audience. And now I think podcasters have figured out how to engineer it for podcast binge listening. So I think that's changed narrative arcs of the content itself. I was blown away with working with BJ as a director. And I called, as soon as I saw the film, I called him and I said, get ready to work as much as you feel like working, because there's some films that you watch that are cinematographically like spectacular, and there are some films that you watch where you'll see like a good performance in the film, but it's really rare where every performance in a film is a good performance in the film. And that's what BJ did with this movie, and his notes when I was on set were like spot on. They were direct, they were succinct, they were actionable, and I feel like he is a director that makes the actors that work with him a better actor. But he also has a really acute sense of the story that he's telling, and in executing against that story. So I'm really excited to see where his directing career goes, because I think it's going to be exceptional. He wrote the script, and then he's directing it, and he's the lead actor, and that's like a lot to take on for anyone. Like, just being the lead actor in something is difficult, or just being the director is difficult, or just being the writer is difficult. But to do all three, I think is an insane feat. And the way he did it was through humility, where he knew that having an acting coach there on set to help enhance his own performance and to check himself was important. To me, I'm really listening to podcasts to learn something. Like, I just enjoy absorbing information, and what I really get excited about is when I learn something that changes my perspective or changes my ideological framework on something. So I guess for me it is to come in with an expectation, be surprised, and learn something that affects the way I see the world. I think that audiences should see this film because it's wickedly entertaining. It's really funny, and you might learn something about yourself.
You can't solve something like this with a 45. It's the breakdown of society is what it is.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's very wise.
You're gonna need a 12 gauge, a couple of ARs, Western automatic, and a sidearm for safety.
Exactly.
Where are you right now?
I'm in an Uber.